Hey guys, Jonah here, once again back for another beer review. And we are back in America, the land of the pennies, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania? Oh my god. Yeah, anyway, it's not Pennis, it's pennies, Pennsylvania. My god, people will be outraged. Well, hey, I usually cause outrage. Anyway, we are at this place. Bold Birds Brewing, and this is called Dig It Cream Ale. It's a 4.5% ABV. It's a 355 again, American styling. Look at that! It's some bald dude with birds on his head, which is kind of cool. I like the look of that. And this one's interesting because uh, it's May. It doesn't say on there. It says on the import. It says down here, imported by Beer 52. Produced by Captain Lawrence Brewing Company in Elmsford, New York. That's not Pennsylvania. I don't know. Apparently it's in Pennsylvania. Yes, so I was saying, I've actually read this article, which is quite cool. Bald birds. And look, these are the two. Oh, I've seen this side. These are the two baldies there. And apparently when they were setting up their brewery, one of the guys, and I can't remember, Joe and Abby, so his wife's Abby, Joe and Abby, they were wondering whether they would get a loan or get clearance for funds for the brewery, which is always cool because when you're setting things up, it's very expensive to set up a brewery. Who'd have thunk it? And they, yeah, I think the first day they moved, I think that's right, the story goes, the first day they moved, they opened the door and there were two birds making a nest in a beam in the brewery. So it kind of, or maybe just outside the front door or something like that. And it was a sign of good luck, or they took it that way. And that's a really cool story, bringing nature in. And that's where that logo comes from, with the bald guy with two birds on his head. I think that's really cool. And they were making a nest. Oh, so that was what Joe and Abby were doing, kind of, with their move. I'm not going to read it again, but I have read it. And it sounds like they're pretty cool guys. Anyway, if we go to this one, so that says something totally different up here. If you're looking, oops, up here, it says Bull Birds in Audubon, Pennsylvania. Anyway, it's a cream ale, and it says it's got different kinds of barley. So 2-row, which is, yeah, the American kind of malt, flake barley with hop extract. Interesting. It doesn't say what the hop extract is, but it's a cream ale, so it's kind of going to be a bit lager-like, or as close to a kind of lager, I guess, as an ale can be. You might argue with that because it's using ale yeast, etc., etc. But we are still doing the lighter beers at the moment, so I thought that one was a perfect example. When I saw it, it tickled me. It tickled me. That bald head. Yeah. Why do bald men, including myself, why do they always grow beards? Is it because they can't grow hair on the head or something? Or is the hair up here, I've got a little bit left, but not much, has it fallen through and come out? As though I got a hairy chest. It's all fallen through my head and coming out the bottom. Comes out my bottom as well, yeah. And my toes. Goes all the way down and out, right out the bottom. Okay, so nice stripy kind of. That looks like 1970s. I'm sure some of my friends had wallpaper that looked like that. Kind of cool. And the slightly larger glass because the slightly larger can, which is always good. Wow, that's proper. Yeah, looking good. Tiny bit hazy. Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I guess it's the vegans. I'll blame the vegans. Not too much head to even mention a fingernail's head, perhaps. Bit lemony, bit lemonadey, that one. Give it a tiny bit just to develop. So it gives not very, should I say, much detail of what's in here. Interesting. I wonder if the packaging wasn't made in America. I wonder if it was made in the UK, because it's got not the usual. The Surgeon General says it's hazardous to breathe, from that Guns N' Roses song. Yeah, so a little bit hazy, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that. So we are getting a kind of, for me, it's kind of a lemony thing. Doesn't say exactly what hops it is. Lemon drop, perhaps, something along those lines. Not sure. Cheers and beers, guys. Coming to the end of another week, so yeah, having a nice beer to cool myself down. Hence the work shirt. Oh yeah, and I am working again. So that's something to also cheer with a beer. So I have found some gainful employment. But yeah, not the same place I was working before. So very interesting. Cheers and beers, guys. Hmm. Interesting. It's very watery, quenching, shall we say. And by that, it's not a very bitter beer, but it seems to be tasting very watery and also at the same time making my mouth water without the juiciness, which usually happens with some of the stronger, like the New England IPAs, for example. Um, but yeah, no really, really strong flavors. Obviously, it's a beer, it's got a little bit of bitterness, but this is even less bitter than a lager, I'd say. And it has got a little bit of that lemony, because it's not sour, it's not bitter, it's so mild. It's like, I guess it is a little bit creamy. Did it say it had some oats in? I don't think it does. No, just barley, hops, yeast, and water. That head has not stuck around at all, which is always a shame, I think. But in some styles of beer, it's normal. This is very weird. This is like as close to zero IBUs as I can possibly think a beer could ever be. Um, Reasonably carbonated, but nothing else to write home about. It's a little bit like, I know what they mean by saying cream ale. I suppose a little bit like cream soda, kind of, but not in the way of, vanilla or, sarsaparilla or whatever they call it. Yeah, very, very nondescript. And it's not bad at all. I'm not saying it's bad. There's no off flavors, nothing like that. But it is so nondescript. Um, dare I say, a little bit boring? I don't know. Yeah, very, very odd, that beer. Yeah, very middle of the road. 4.5, I think it was. Yeah, 4.5%. So not even that strong either. That I reckon could be a fantastic session beer. And I was listening to a podcast, and some people, some hopheads out there have and take with them very small little droppers, you know, like ampoule droppers, where you sort of squeeze a sort of balloon thing on the top and it pulls up some liquid, and then you drop it into something. Usually iodine and weird things like that have them for dropping stuff. Anyway, you can get those with hop extract, really obscene hops, yeah. And some people, they carry them into their bar in their pocket, get their normal nondescript beer, such as this one. Although I think that's probably the style. It is a kind of creamy type beer, and then they squeeze a few drops of their hop extract into their beer just to make it more hoppy. And if someone was a hophead, I would say that is definitely not a beer for you. This is so not hopped. I would really, really love to find out. If anyone knows, let me know what the IBUs for this beer are, because it must be ridiculously low. Anyway, nice way to end the week. This has been Uncle Jonah here. Click like and subscribe. Do all those things that YouTube want me to show that I'm doing. And we'll see you real soon for more beer reviews.